Hello, and welcome back to this first episode of Chatty Corner. I didn't really know what to call it, but yeah, I thought Chatty Corner, I don't know. So buckle up, I've made a brew, and I thought, let me have a little chat with you. Okay, so I'm pretty poor and really inconsistent at vlogging. I kind of just pluck things out of my head and decide, yeah, I'll make a video about this or I'll make a video about that. For a while, I felt like I need to make something consistently every week. I kind of do my Monday shop because that's the day I'm off work, I'm kind of on my own, I do a bit of shopping, I do a couple of little jobs and bits and bobs. And then I kind of like go to work for a couple of days and then just forget all about it. But there's loads I feel like I want to talk to you about and hear your opinion and hear from you. So here we are on Chatty Corner. There's kind of three things that I feel like I'd like to talk about in these videos with you. And the first one is kind of new things I've been eating or what I've been eating during the week. Because normally, just for just random reasons, I normally just take pictures of what I've been eating or little videos just to keep me accountable, really. But half the time, I don't put them anywhere. I don't post them anywhere. I don't show them anywhere. And a lot of it is just appreciation for the presentation of what it looks like. I might go out and have like a nice coffee. Yeah, so I do take a lot of pictures. However, when I was deciding what I was going to talk about in these chatty vlogs, I haven't taken many pictures of food this week. I have taken a few, so I'm going to talk about them in a second. The other section of these chatty videos are kind of like what I've been wearing, so what I wear for work. And as the season's changing now, I tend to wear kind of the same thing. And also, like when I'm being myself in the day, I tend to wear the same thing all the time. However, because I have lost over 3 stone, a lot of my stuff is just miles too big, and I still haven't really bought new things or changed anything. My workwear, when I started my job in January at the beginning of the year, I did a couple of vlogs about what did I have that I could reuse without really having to buy anything. And I do have a kind of new plan for workwear moving forward, so I'm going to talk about that. And then the third thing is basically what I've been up to in the week. Now, I do hope I don't ramble on too long in these videos. So without further ado, let's get to the first step and talk about what I've been eating this week. Now, I'm going to go through my phone because all the pictures are on here. And like I say, I don't have lots of pictures, but there's a couple of things I just want to shout out. We've been eating a lot of salads, and I'm a little bit worried about going into winter about like, are we still going to be eating salads? What am I going to be cooking? I'm not a big fan of stews and casseroles and things like that. So yeah, I'm really not sure. Anyway, this is something when we go to Tesco, and this is something I have. I can't really remember what it's called, but it's halloumi. And then in the middle is like this Tesco hummus, which I think you can actually buy from Tesco. It's really lovely. There's some red cabbage, avocado, lettuce leaves, and this kind of like grains, which I'm presuming you can buy in a packet in Tesco. I've just never really looked for it or seen it. The rice is warm, obviously the halloumi's warm, and everything else is cold. And it's really quite nice. It's quite nourishing. I feel like when I go to Tesco, not that I'm limited for choices, but sometimes if you just want a sandwich of something, that's always like a toasty. So I started having this, I think it's called a Nourish bowl. And yeah, it's really quite nice. So I really like that. And it's quite filling. Yeah, so the Nourish bowl from Tesco. Oh, I think you saw my coffee. I think I did a video on Monday about my normal shopping, and I went to Dobby's and I had this coffee. Now I have put the spoon in and stirred it a bit after I put my sweetener in, but it wasn't very well presented. You know, I really do appreciate a really nicely made coffee, but I do just feel like, Dobby's, I do just feel like they just slop it in the mug. But anyway, it was a coffee, so that was fine. My lunch that day was a bagel, which had ham. So these are the protein bagels from Tesco, and then it had ham and some Tesco slaw on it. It was kind of like, it's like a seasonal, I don't know what they call it, a summer seasonal one. That was really lovely. And then that evening I had This was like at 5:30. I think I might have even put this in that other video. I can't remember. Maybe not. Chicken, and then some like frozen Sweden carrot, broccoli, sweet potato, and green beans. And that was really delicious. That was really lovely. Then I seem to have like not taken any pictures during the week, so I will be better next week. This was a beautiful coffee I had on Friday. I went to a little restaurant in Birkdale Village. It's like a little cafe. It's called Crozier's. And here's a little picture of my mum and my husband, Jed. And this is the first time we took my mum to Crozier's. And you can sit outside. It's in the village in Birkdale. It's beautiful. The food is gorgeous. Probably Jed's favourite restaurant in the village. And yes, that was my lovely little coffee. And they are very good at the coffees in there. And that's just a flat white. Then where else are we? Oh, and this was our dinner this evening. So today we went into Southport. Jed had his haircut. I did a little bit of shopping in Marks and Spencer's and Primark. I'm going to show you few little bits I bought from Primark in a moment. And I had some Heck chicken sausages in the fridge, so I cooked those. And in Marks and Spencer's, I bought this, I think it's called Green Goddess salad. And then I added half an apple to each of our salads, so that's the little red bits you can see in there. And I think I added an extra half of avocado and a few pumpkin seeds. So that was the extras that I put on. And it was really lovely. And then we just had about 3 or 4 of those chicken Heck sausages. And that was my dinner this evening. So, like I say, I haven't taken loads, but we have eaten quite a lot of salads this week. We have had a few little lunches out. But I'm still kind of only on my 2 meals a day situation and my bowls of goodness. So I will be better next week, and I will take more pictures to show you next week's chatty video vlog if I manage to get to next week to do another one. Right, so let's talk about the what I wore section. And again, I don't have loads of pictures, and I'm going to be better next week, but I will show you a few bits that I've bought from Primark. I've kind of decided that my contractor work is only until January, and I don't know whether they'll extend the contract further or whether I'll be looking for another job. So I don't really want to buy too many clothes for work, but I do need a few new things. So my kind of like little charity shop visits are hopefully to try and find a few things for me, and a few tops here and there. You know, I don't mind paying a couple of quid here and there, giving them a wash, and then they're good to go for work. But when I go into shops and they're like £35, £40, £45 for a shirt, just like a work shirt, and I'm just like, I just can't justify that for work. Yeah, and some of the stuff I've got is quite old, so a little bit of my wardrobe needs updating. However, I did buy a few bits from Primark that I think will be quite nice, and I thought they're quite reasonable, and I would probably wear that anyway if I wasn't in work, if I was going somewhere. I don't know how to kind of use it as an example, really. Not like just pottering around. I don't know. I'll show you and you can decide. Also, if you're wondering what this is on my hand, I got it off Temu, and because I have really bad arthritis in this thumb, and I'd had some cortisone, and the cortisone has worked amazing for such a long time, and then bam, all of a sudden, the cortisone has worn off, and I feel like my thumb is literally dangling. So any grips that I can keep on my hand is keeping my thumb feeling better. But I'm having to take quite a lot of painkillers for the pain. Really difficult. You don't realise what you do with your hand, you know, like unscrewing jars, pegging washing and stuff. So the pain at the minute in my hand is ridiculous. I've had to do another self-referral for the hospital, and I've got an appointment sort of about the 3rd week in September. I'm hoping they might give it me there and then, but they probably won't. And I'll probably have to wait for another appointment to have the cortisone. I've been experimenting this week with, you know, like that sticky bandage that you put on and you pull it tight. But I have like reactions to sticky things and alcohol on my skin. And when I put it on, I just get like a tearing itchy sensation. So that's not been very successful this week. And then when I take it off, I feel like I can see like my skin's coming off on it. So yeah, I'm not being very successful with that. So I kind of have to wear like tight compressed gloves But this one from Temu, it's quite good. I can't remember how much it was, but yeah, I've tried this one now, and I think I might order a few more of them, because when you go to the loo and you want to wash your hands, if you've got the strapping on, then it all gets wet and soggy. So yeah, it was just a bit of a fail. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what that's about. It's really the last 2 weeks of the pains being unbearable. I won't lie, I have had a little snooze this afternoon because I just felt awful. Yeah, the pain today just kind of like got on top of me, and I needed to have a little snooze. Anyway, yes, I feel much better now. So on to clothes. So on Friday, when I was in Birkdale Village with my mum, I took her to the charity shop, because my mum does some knitting and crocheting. She makes like blankets to send off to people in need, and she knits these like little neonatal hats for the babies in the hospital who are born prematurely. So she goes in the charity shops, or she goes buying wool, but sometimes wool can be quite expensive. So I'd been in this charity shop a few times, and my mum's never been, and I said to her, like, why don't I take you and you can have a little look, there's loads of wool. So when we go, I just ended up leaving my mum. She was like sorting through, I don't know, 400 balls of wool or something, looking out for what she wanted. But she's kind of like looking for particular colours and particular thicknesses of wool. So then I go off and have a little look in the clothes section. Honestly, you're not going to believe what I found for 10 quid. I was just like, oh my God. Now, I love the brand Jules, and I don't really buy anything very often. I haven't bought anything from Jules for a while. I love the jumpers. They're really good quality. They wash really well. The coats, everything are beautiful. And they had a blue padded coat. I'm going to put it on now, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. If not, I will, I'll do an extra little video on my phone, and I'll pop it in here. So let me just see if I can put it on. I have got my pyjamas on, by the way. So if you see my, what you call them, check pyjama bottoms, they're not like normal things I go out in. So it's a really beautiful blue, quite long jacket, kind of goes to like just above my knee. And it's honestly, the quality of it is really good. It's not hard, looks like it's hardly being worn at all. There's like a little cuffed sleeve there. Yeah, it's got all like the Jules logos and bits and bobs on it, like that there. I love blue, so this is really good for the winter. And also it's got a really gorgeous hood on the top. Hope you can still hear me okay. So yeah, 10 quid. I was absolutely delighted. So yeah, this was kind of like my find for the week. I'm not sure how much they are online. I think about 100 quid, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, I was delighted with my £10 Jules coat find. Honestly, the quality of it is so good. It's hardly being worn at all. And then my mum got a great big bag of wool, all mixed, so she was absolutely delighted. She paid £5 for that. So yes, we were delighted with our charity shop find this week. So yeah, I'm trying to keep my eye out for like things in the charity shop. Sometimes you can get some real good bargains. I did wear one of the shirts that I bought last week in the charity shop. I think I might have had it on the last video that I was on. I think it was like 2 quid. Yeah, it's quite nice. I had a little vest top underneath it, and that was good. So I'll show you what I bought from Primark today. Some of these bits are for work. I did buy a few bits for Layla as well, so I'll show you those. I got some thick black tights. Well, they're 60 denier, and 3 pairs were 5 quid. In the winter, like for work, I'll probably wear like my thick tights, black skirt, and I've got a few black dresses, and I just needed a couple of pairs of new tights, so that wasn't bad. Layla's a nail technician, and I think last time I was in, I noticed her pump dispenser was broken, so I got her another one, and that's £1. And I also bought her a nice, lovely, new, fresh set of pyjamas. So Layla loves everything beige. Her bedding is kind of like a beige colour. And yeah, so I got her a little pyjama set there, extra small, because she's quite petite. She's quite small, Layla. And they were £14. So thought I'll get her those. Those would be nice for the changing seasons when she's tucked up on her bed watching TV of a night. I got a couple of bits for the house actually as well. So these are, it says vanilla and amber scented room sachet lasts up to 4 weeks. And I think you just hang them on the door. I don't know whether you put them on the door or the wardrobe. They were £1.30 each. I got 2 of the vanilla and amber, and I got 2 black vanilla. So I thought our bedroom, spare room, which is Jack's room, Layla's room, maybe a bathroom or somewhere else. So I thought I got 4 of them, so I thought they were quite nice. I just fancied something just to give the house a bit of a freshen up, really. I bought a couple of reed diffusers. This one was called Cotton Poplin. So I got a small one for the bathroom and then a bigger one for in here. I popped one up in Jack's bedroom that was a gift at Christmas, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's been beautiful. So yeah, pop that up in his room. So just thought get a few of those to pop around because we kind of like live in this area, and when we're like cooking, not that it smells because it doesn't, but I'm really conscious that I like nice, clean, fresh smells. So I thought I would get those. Now, as you know, we have a cat called Kitty, so we do end up buying quite a few Hello Kitty things. So I bought one of these just to put in my bag for work, and I got one for Layla as well, just like a little shopper. They were £1 each, but they were reduced from £2.50 to £1 each, so I thought, right, we'll get them. I bought these cotton cami tops. They can kind of go under those tops that are a little bit see-through. Because I find as well when I have a shirt on and it has buttons, because I'm a bit bigger busted, the buttons can pop open a little bit. So I thought, well, if I've got a little cami on underneath, then, you know, I'm not going to be like exposing myself to whoever in work, which wouldn't be very pleasant for them. I bought some socks. I quite like these ones. They're kind of like little small ankle socks in different colours. So if I've got my white trainers on, black trainers, there's grey, light grey. So there's 2 pairs of white, 2 black, a dark grey and 2 light grey, and they are £3. I thought, what a bargain. So I thought stock up on them. So I'm going to throw some old ones out because I've got some right tatty socks that need sorting. I got some thongs, but there you go, you don't want to be seeing them. I got these socks for the gym. They're just like microfiber black short socks as well. And then I also got these for, oh, how much were they? £4 for those, and that was 5 pairs. I got these shorts for the gym, and they've got like a little netting underneath. Some mornings it's really hot and I don't want to put on full like leggings, and sometimes I get this, like I call it clothes anxiety, where everything just feels really tight and my head feels like it's gonna blow off. So yeah, so I just thought I needed another pair of shorts. They were £10. That is the size medium, so I need to just try them on and make sure they fit. And these were the 2 things that I got for work. Next 2. So I've wanted to get like a little crisp white shirt, but like I say, I do wear a lot of black, but I feel a bit conscious sometimes that it's restaurant clothes, black and white. So I've been looking for something. So I did get a white shirt, so that's that one. And that, which was that, £15? Not too bad. Not like your £35 in Marks and Spencer's. And then I got this, and it's like a little waistcoat, I guess. But it's like jumper material, and that was £16, and I got that in a large. So I'll pop them on later, and I won't iron them. I'll just make sure that they fit me, and then if they fit me, then I'll just give them a little wash first, because I don't know about you, but I don't really like buying clothes or bedding or anything that I'm going to use without washing it first. But I know there's a lot of people that it just doesn't bother them, but for me, like that coat I got from the charity shop, the first thing I did was in the charity shop was see if I could wash it, because, you know, charity shops, they can have that smell, can't they? And I could. It was that you can wash it on a 30, so I was like, right, that's not a problem. So yeah, I will try and be better and take some pictures of what I wore next week, or if I do have any little buys from the charity shop, yes, I'll keep you updated with that. So what else have I been up to this week? Well, I said to you I'd been out with my mum to the charity shop. So yes, on Wednesday night, I went out with my daughter, Layla. We went to a little restaurant called The Office, which is in Southport, and opposite is the theatre where myself and Jed volunteer. So Jed is helping currently with a production called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and he's doing something called The Flies. So he's up in the gods of the theatre, pulling all the scenery up and down. So yeah, we are quite involved with the theatre. I help with the wardrobe. I go in on a Sunday morning and will help out with productions. And also over the last few weeks, I've been helping measuring cast for up and coming productions. So we've got a production in October called The King's Speech. So the lady who is our military expert, she was on holiday. So I'd been in and been doing measurements for her while she was away. So it's not far from here. It's only like 10 minutes from where we live. So it's easier for me to pop down of a night and to take a few measurements for her and send them over. Yeah, we go in on a Sunday and we sort out things like donations. If we've got a play that's just finished, we put the clothes away, or we're sourcing things for the next production. And I quite like it. I'm not really a big sewer or a big maker. But a lot of it is looking for things, and sometimes like looking in charity shops as well, which is sometimes how I end up in charity shops so much as well, looking for certain things. So for example, we had a production a few months ago and we needed a couple of different pairs of corduroy trousers. So they can be quite expensive to buy, and it didn't matter that they were worn. It was for a couple of male characters, so sometimes it's easy for us to pop into charity shops and try and find something for like 3, 4, 5 quid that looks a bit worn in a particular colour than to go into a new shop and buy them, which it could be like 50, 60 quid. So yes, we are called the Sewing Elves, and we like to sort of hunt down the bargains. So Jed he's there tonight actually, so today is the last day of that show. It's a double show day, so he has been there this afternoon and this evening as well. So we've just been looking at what shows we might get involved in for the upcoming season. Season starts with this show really, the youth production, but September's the first show of the new season really. So yes, that's really interesting. I love being involved in the theatre. Some incredible people. It's run by lots and lots of volunteers, and it's a cracking theatre. It's a beautiful theatre. It's something I really love being involved in. Another thing I'm involved in is an organisation called Rotary, and unfortunately, my Rotary Club closed at the end of June, so I joined a virtual Rotary Club along with my husband. It's kind of in our district, which is like Wales to a little bit past Southport, kind of like Ormskirk. It's got about, I don't know how many clubs there are in the district, about 70. And we do lots of fundraising. We raise money for different charities. Rotary is an organisation that's worldwide. It's been running from like the early 1900s and over 100 years. We've been to Rotary clubs all over the world and met some incredible people, and what the fundraising that gets done is just absolutely immense. So we fundraise for lots of different charities, local, national and international. It's a great thing to be involved in. So Friday afternoon, another couple based in Southport, we're doing a coffee morning for a local food bank church. So we went and we helped. So we were just kind of like making tea and coffee and selling tickets for the raffle. And so it was a really lovely afternoon. There's probably about 25, 30 people there, and we raised 250 quid. So yeah, it was a good day. So that was Friday afternoon. It's been a really busy week for me in work. I work in a college, and it has been GCSE results week, so it has been absolutely bonkers. But yeah, it's lovely. I really love my job. I'm really hoping to keep it, and like I said before, it's only something that is not temporary. Is it temporary? It's like a 12-month contract. I applied for the job last sort of autumn. I had an interview in beginning of December, got the job, and then didn't start till January. But the funding for the contract was only to October, but they've extended it to January. So yeah, I don't know when I'll find out, really. So it's a bit of, and with moving as well, you know, I would really like to have a job that is a permanent contract and not something that is only something temporary. So we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it, or I'll have to sort of keep an eye out and look and see if there is something else, because I don't want it to kind of just like me find out and just it ends and I've got nothing, because that wouldn't be good. Yeah, so see what happens there. Oh gosh, guess what arrived today? Unexpectedly, the weight loss medication, the Orlos, that I'd ordered. So yes, I ordered it on Monday the 11th, and then on the Wednesday got a email to say it'd be 2 days late, and then the following Monday I emailed, and then they emailed me back on the Wednesday, which is Wednesday this week, to say, oh, there's a delay. And then this morning, actually, I got an email to say, oh, it's been dispatched. And then this afternoon, it got delivered. And it's the 23rd of August today. So, but the only thing is, I did this vlog, it was the one before this, and saying, you know, like my delivery's coming. And I know there's going to be side effects to it. However, now I am literally myself because people are mentioning about, you know, literally you are going to be, yeah, just go and read the comments on the post, honestly. And now I'm thinking, right, I'm going out tomorrow to the theatre in the morning. I can't take it today. I can't take it tomorrow. Monday's bank holiday. I'm sure I've got something on Monday. Maybe I haven't. And then Tuesday I'm in work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't know whether to hang on and take it Thursday next week. I am out Friday meeting somebody for a meeting, which it could be online if like all hell breaks loose and I'm sat on the loo. But yeah, I'm really worrying now about taking it, and I'm not sure. When I had my wobble the other day and it wasn't coming and I didn't know where I was up to, I had a little look, because lots of people were saying they order from Asda. And I had a little look on Asda at some different ones. And I thought, well, I don't know when they're coming. And I probably shouldn't have jumped the gun and ordered something else, but I did. I ordered something else from Asda, which is not the same as this. But it is another weight loss tablet. And I'm supposed to be able to pick that up. So I did that Friday, and I can pick that up, I think, Tuesday. But I just don't know what to do now. I don't know whether to take them or not. I'm really in two minds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I talked myself out of it. Was I too hasty making that decision? I don't know. So I think I'm just going to take it easy this week. And then by the time I get to sort of like Thursday, I'll make that decision. Because I think I need to plan my food really well. You know, and I do eat quite well. It's just sometimes I can be a little bit greedy, or I'm nowhere near what I used to be like. You know, and I'm going to the gym now, and I feel a lot more in control, and I don't seem to have the food noise to the degree I used to have it. If you're unfamiliar with food noise, it's kind of like an inner voice that's sending you to the fridge to look in there, to have a look, or your brain isn't telling you you're full. And I do feel sometimes aware if I eat too much that afterwards I've eaten too much, you know, like my body is kind of telling me that. And also I feel like I'm eating too quick again, so I'm conscious that I need to slow that down. And the other night Jeb made us a salad, and he made me the same size portion as him, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. You've got to consciously make me a smaller one, because you're working harder than me in the gym. And he's gone back to the gym now after he's had his pacemaker fitted 6 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm just like consciously going, you've got to give me smaller portions. Yeah. And just not eating all the time, you know, like I generally don't eat breakfast, or I have like a brunch and then an evening meal. So yes, that's me. That's where I'm up to. That is my little catch up with you. I hope you are well and you've enjoyed this catch up. Let me know, have you enjoyed it? Because I don't know whether I'm going to do this all the time. I'd like to, because I feel since I've stopped taking my GLP-1 medication, I feel like it's not that I don't have anything to talk about, because I do, but how do I talk about that? Or, you know, this is kind of like my thoughts, my solutions. I might try it for 4 weeks and see how it goes, see if I can fit it all in. Sometimes I just forget, you know, I'm so scatty, I really am. But I like doing my Monday video where I go out, do my shopping and then show you what I've got. And then this will probably be just like my little coffee and catch up video, and anything else that comes along the way, comes along the way. We haven't really got any plans for holidays at the moment. I would like to go and try and see my friend Jackie, who lives in Lanzarote. She moved house not long after we came back from our cruise earlier on in the year. She's been really poorly. She's practically totally renovated her house. She's done an incredible job. She really has. Jackie lost her husband a year ago. He just had a major stroke and died a couple of days later. So sad, so sad. And honestly, the strength this woman has, how she gets through, just amazes me every day. I'm so proud of her. I'm getting really emotional talking about it. So yes, we went out earlier this year, but we didn't stay with Jackie. Normally we would. And I know she's got a long list of jobs for Jed to do, so we might try and get out to see her in either September or October. But we would like a bit of a chill holiday as well. We've been to Turkey quite a lot. That's kind of like our chill holiday where we just totally switch off and sunbathe and that kind of thing. However, with a house move looming, and I don't want to overuse holidays, you know, this is all kind of like bubbling away in a little pot in the background. So I'm not sure, but I think we're going to have to try and figure out a nice little week to go and see Jackie. And then also we're going to go and visit our grandkids in London one weekend in September as well. So that will be absolutely gorgeous. I'm really looking forward to that, to see them. We haven't really been down much this year because of Jed's health problems. Yeah, that's kind of like thrown a bit of a spanner in the works. We had a lot of holidays booked because of his 60th. And then with having the pacemaker fitted and the knee replacement as well, just fitting everything in to when we can go and visit them. They were hoping to come up in the summer to see us, but they haven't come and done that either. And then I would like to try and book a little weekend away to see my other son where he lives. And hopefully we can try and book a little weekend. I'm thinking maybe near some Christmas time, Christmas markets. So yeah, because we can kind of like either go after I finish work on a Thursday or Friday morning, because Jed has a Friday off now, and then we can kind of go and have like a bit of a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday. So yeah, I'd like to go and see him because I haven't seen him for a couple of months either. So yes, it's just fitting it all in, isn't it really? Anyway, I am waffling on here, and you have probably had enough of this coffee and enough of this little coffee and catch up. So I am going to pop off and do the washing up because I haven't washed up, and then yeah, whatever. I think I might have a little chill, watch a bit of TV. Yeah. Anyway, let me go and get Kitty, and she can say bye-bye to you. And yeah, let me go and grab her. She's somewhere in the garden. I don't know where she is. Yeah, so she loves the garden. When you open the door in the morning, she goes out and she just literally walks around smelling everything. But yeah, she loves it. So she was just sat under a little Acer. When I put her down, she'll probably go straight back out. It's not good having a white cat and you wear so much black clothes. We just literally have rollers all over the house, don't we? But you're such a good girl. She really is. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Oh, let me put her down. So there we go, covered in cat hair now. Little rose petal, don't know where that came from. I hope you've enjoyed this little chatty corner, chatty coffee catch-up corner, whatever it's going to be called. And thank you very much for watching. And please do consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber, because it doesn't cost you anything more. And I'd love to hear what you've been up to in the comments. Is there any particular segment of this video that you have enjoyed watching, that interests you a little bit more than the other? And yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a little thumbs up on your way out, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you. Bye.